Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I have now changed the name to my first and last name to make it seem like a little bit more professional. And I do want to apologize to all of you, my viewers. I want to apologize for not posting for over a month. I'm sorry. School started, like I said in my last video, about maybe late July. School is starting, and I'm not going to say it's been rough and terrible, but it's been a little bit stressful, and it takes a little while for me to get back in the groove of things, so I'm going to try and be uploading a little bit more during the fall now. So yeah, welcome to the new channel. I changed up a little bit. It's no longer DCR. I changed the name to Devin Schneiderman. That is my name. Yes. I decided to change it because I didn't like DCR. If you didn't understand what it meant, when I first made my channel back in May, it was Devin Challenges and Reviews. I switched up to DCR to keep it short, but I didn't like it because I felt it only limited myself to a certain a topic of videos, challenges and reviews basically, and I wanted to do a little bit more. So I'm excited to present to you a new series for this channel. It's called Sports Talks with Devin. That's right. I am going to be doing a almost news-like sports talk here on this channel. I'm going to try and do it weekly, but it's more specifically towards the NFL. Even more specifically, you see that right there? Carolina Panthers thing. If you couldn't tell before, I've worn multiple shirts, and in my older videos, you can see this poster a lot more. I am a fan of the Carolina Panthers, so a lot of the new stuff will be revolved around the Carolina Panthers. But since the NFL season opener is only a couple days, well, more like several days away, the first episode will be more like what's going around for all teams, because as you know, maybe today, a lot of roster cuts. The 53-man roster is going to be finalized soon, and teams are making huge cuts, and it's been a lot of big changes for these teams, and I am actually surprised a lot. So let's get into it. So first, I want to talk about some of the injuries that have happened in the league so far this offseason. Some of the bigger ones are the fact that Julian Edelman has suffered an ACL tear, which is a major blow to the Patriots wide receiver corps. Chris Hogan is probably expected to step up this year. He had a pretty good, strong season last year, but I feel like Belichick is going to expect a lot more from him this year. In other news, Cam Meredith, who was the Chicago Bears' leading wide receiver last year, has also suffered an ACL tear and is out for the entire season, as well as Edelman. And this is a major blow, too. Speaking of the Bears, Victor Cruz has been cut from the team only after the preseason game. I don't know if you noticed, but Victor Cruz only usually played when the Chicago Bears had their second string or third string quarterback playing in the third and fourth quarter. They probably did not expect him to start, and probably with his history of bad injuries, he probably just was not going to be doing well. In other news, Joe Hayden was released earlier this week. The Browns did try trading him before, but it seemed like no team was going to take him. But the first day he was released, Joe Hayden signed a 3-year, I believe, $27 million contract. I don't know how much that has in guarantee, but he used to be a Pro Bowl corner. He has had a history of bad injuries, so I don't know about him. It's still kind of unquestionable, but it's good for the Steelers because their defensive backs need a little bit of depth in them, so that's pretty good. In other news, quarterback Teddy Bridgewater is still on the PUP list. TJ McDonald, the safety from the Rams, now signed a 4-year, $24 million deal with the Dolphins. Flacco returns to the Ravens practice. And interesting enough, the wide receiver from the Colts, Philip Dorsett, who has only been there for a couple of years, I believe was a first-round draft pick even. I feel like they definitely depended him on if T.Y. Hilton, went down. But it seems to be like Philip Dorsett hasn't done much. But apparently, Jacoby Brissett, the quarterback who was selected around a year ago by the Patriots, also got traded. So the Colts send wide receiver Dorsett to the Patriots for Brissett. Bené Benwickery, a former corner from the Carolina Panthers who let Julio Jones basically receive over 220 yards of the 300 he did. As you know, earlier in the offseason, he did sign a contract with the Cincinnati Bengals, but now it seems like the Cowboys have required him. In other news, Sammy Coates, the speedy receiver from the Steelers, has been acquired from a trade with the Browns. They also the Browns also get a 2019 7th round draft pick from it. Matt Jones from the Redskins, who is only 24 years old, was actually released. Surprisingly enough, I didn't really expect him to get released. Maybe they're thinking Robert Kelly is going to step up. I don't know. Johnson and Gino, the two quarterbacks who are facing off for the backup of Manning. It seems like Gino got the best of him, and Josh Johnson has been released. Roberto Aguayo, the kicker who was selected in the second round last year, who had a horrible season, awful. He went like 70% for field goals and not so like 81% for extra points. As you know, he was cut from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers earlier through the preseason. If you watch the show on HBO, I like that show a lot. I like that one, but you know that Robert Aguayo did sign with the Bears. He did not have a very good offseason. Excuse me, I apologize. A pretty bad preseason with them. So he got cut, got waived, didn't do well. And then TJ Ward, he just turned 30 recently. I don't know if the Broncos aren't looking like he's going to do well. Maybe they're not going to fit his scheme. But they released TJ Ward. But don't expect him to be out of a job anytime soon, because this is a Pro Bowl safety. He's very talented. I theorize that it was money issues. That's probably why. But I expect him to sign with a team. Maybe the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, besides Mike Adams and Kurt Coleman and one other guy, they don't have much depth in safety, so he could be a good pickup. Our last segment will include the cuts from the Carolina Panthers. So some of the big names that were cut from the Panthers today, or for several days, are Ben Boulware. He was a linebacker from Clemson who definitely was a big leader for them last year. I was actually kind of surprised he got released. But we do have some pretty good linebackers, including Shaq Thompson, Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis, David Mayo, Jeremy Cash. We have some good depth in there. Garrett Gilbert, the quarterback we had signed earlier in the offseason to help out with Cam Newton, he got released. Zach Sanchez, who was one of our corners last year, got released, sadly. I liked Zach Sanchez, but, not everyone can make it in this league. Andy Lee got released. He got cut. I think Mike Polarity will be starting. And there are rumors that Graham Gano might get traded. So that's a little interesting. Daryl Young, the fullback. It was between him and Johnson, another fullback. And I think Johnson won that position. Interesting enough, Joe Webb got released. I was a little surprised myself. During the preseason, as I watched the games, I thought that Joe Webb had a better games than Derek Anderson. But I guess Ron Rivera sees something else in Derek Anderson that we don't see. To end it off today, I would like to say an interesting trade. Jermaine Kearse, I believe he was an undrafted player from Seattle, and Sheldon Richardson, the pass rush from New York. Interesting enough, I didn't find this trade to be... I found it to be equal. The Jets needed a wide receiver because Quincy Enunwa also got an injury, which I feel bad for them. But it's good for the Seahawks to get a pass rush. But I think Jermaine Kearse was a good fit for Seattle. But I am very interested to see how he will do in New York. And I believe a draft pick was in there. So, this will end off the first episode of Sports Talks with Devin. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, maybe hit that like button if you want to. If you're excited or hyped to see episode 2. Let me know down in the comments below if there's anything I missed. If I was such a doofus and I didn't see it before, I apologize. Maybe leave it down in the comments saying, Devin, you missed this, or Devin, blah blah got traded. So yeah, if you're new, maybe subscribe. I would really appreciate it, but hey man, it's up to you. Or female, I don't know. Okay guys, this is Devin. Peace out.